Terry arrives in Shelby Springs with two main goals. First, he needs to bail out his cousin, Mike Simmons, who has been jailed for a minor drug offense. Second, he hopes to purchase a pickup truck that will help them start fresh and find work together. However, things take a dark turn when officers Evan Marston and Steve Land deliberately hit him with their police vehicle, detaining him under false pretense and seizing his legally obtained $36,000. They justify their actions under civil asset forfeiture laws, which allow law enforcement to confiscate money suspected of being tied to illegal activity, despite Terry having done nothing wrong. Desperate to recover his money, Terry goes to the courthouse, where his pleas are dismissed by Clerk Elliott. However, Summer McBride, another court employee, offers to help him navigate the legal process. She informs him that if he can secure $10,000, he can post Mike's bail before his cousin is transferred to state prison, a dangerous move given that Mike had worked as an informant against a powerful local gangster. Determined to help his cousin, Terry seeks justice at the police station, reporting the theft to Officer Jessica Sims. However, his confrontation with Lan and Police Chief Sandy Byrne proves futile, as they refuse to return his money and instruct him to come back after the weekend. When Monday arrives, Terry receives devastating news: Mike has already been transferred. In a desperate bid to protect him, he intercepts the transport bus and urges Mike to stay safe while he continues his fight. At the same time, he reaches out to his former business partner, Leo, for financial assistance. However, he soon discovers that Leo's business has been raided by the police, eliminating one of his last hopes for getting the bail money. Refusing to give up, Terry makes another attempt to retrieve his stolen funds from the police station. When Byrne refuses to return the money, Terry uses his combat skills to subdue Lan and Byrne, forcing Sims to give him the bail funds before making his escape. With Summer's help, he successfully posts bail for Mike, but his momentary victory is shattered when he is immediately arrested. Soon after, Byrne and Marston take him to a hospital, where they coldly inform him that Mike has been fatally stabbed after his transfer. They then offer Terry a deal: he can take back a portion of his money, receive the pickup truck he originally intended to buy, and avoid prosecution, on the condition that he leaves town immediately. Devastated by the news of his cousin's death, Terry reluctantly agrees. As Summer drives him out of town, she reveals that she has been gathering evidence on the town's corruption and asks for his help. However, overwhelmed with grief and disillusioned by the entire ordeal, Terry refuses. That night, after picking up his truck, he receives a desperate call from Summer. She has been attacked by the police, forcibly injected with drugs, and now risks losing custody of her child due to an impending drug test. Unable to ignore her plea, Terry rushes back to help her, seeking refuge at Leo's restaurant, where his old friend, a former medic, treats his injuries. Determined to expose the corruption plaguing Shelby Springs, Terry and Summer begin uncovering the town's darkest secrets. They confront Elliott and a local judge, who reveal a shocking scheme. The police have been deliberately detaining individuals for 90 days over minor offenses, just long enough for dashcam footage of their arrests to be automatically deleted. This practice has allowed them to evade scrutiny and accountability, keeping their illegal activities hidden from the public. Realizing that the dashcam footage holds the key to exposing the truth, Terry and Summer break into the courthouse basement to retrieve the evidence. Their actions trigger an immediate response from the authorities, who set the building on fire in an attempt to destroy the footage. While Terry manages to escape, Summer is caught by the police while trying to destroy her compromised urine sample. Knowing that she is in grave danger, Terry devises a plan to save her. He arranges an exchange with Lan, offering the dashcam evidence in return for Summer's freedom at Rebel Ridge the following morning. As Lan and his officers wait at the designated meeting point, Terry instead launches a daring assault on the police station, crashing his pickup truck into the building and overpowering Byrne. He places his trust in Sims, believing she may be an ally, but she betrays him, leading to his capture. Meanwhile, Lan destroys the dashcam evidence, and Byrne reveals that Summer is being held under the influence of a fatal overdose. When Marston protests, Byrne coldly shoots him in the leg and leaves him to bleed out, before ordering the officers to execute Terry and frame him for Marston's death. Despite being outnumbered, Terry once again proves his strength and determination, managing to overpower the officers and take down Lan. Before succumbing to his injuries, Marston tells Terry how to activate a police car's siren, which will preserve the last 3 minutes of dashcam footage. He also gives him instructions on administering naloxone, a medication that could save Summer from the overdose. With no time to lose, Terry retrieves Summer and the two flee in a stolen patrol car, pursued by the police. In a final act of defiance, Sims turns against Byrne, disabling his vehicle and giving Terry and Summer the chance to escape. They reach the hospital just in time, ensuring that both Summer and Marston receive medical treatment. As Terry sits in the hospital corridor, battered and exhausted, he contemplates the events that have unfolded and the cost of standing up against corruption.